I don't have a cameraman. But with DJI RSC 2, I don't need one. You wanna go over here and see my super messy desk? That's fine. I got active track. The camera is gonna kind of look like a cameraman's holding it. Follow me on over here and we can just... So DJI came out with a couple of new gimbals this year, and one of the main reasons they caught my eye was this active tracking through the RavenEye transmitter. My name is Nicholas Johnson, and this is the Space Warehouse. With the old Ronin SC, you could do active tracking, you could make it work, but in order to do it, you had to have your phone mounted up to the top of the camera, which A, makes balancing really wonky, like it's both forward and backward, it's kind of hard to balance. But then also, to use those features, you could only control it through the phone, and if the subject you're trying to track is yourself, that means the phone is facing away from you because it needs to use the phone's cameras to do the tracking itself. Now you have to try to like reach around and just guess where your head might be to start the thing, and it's super duper inconvenient. It also meant that whenever you were done with your active tracking shot, if you only had a few to do, if you wanted your phone back again, well now you take your phone off and the balancing is totally off and you have to rebalance the gimbal to keep using it. It was enough of a hassle that I pretty much didn't use the active tracking feature at all with this gimbal. But with this new RavenEye transmitter, the RSC2 can see directly through your camera's eye and use that information to control the gimbal. It's the same technology that they have in all their Mavic drones. But so now I can still have my phone, I have the picture transmitted to my phone, and the gimbal's able to like track my movement and follow me around a room. If I have something interesting to say and I want to show you my extremely messy desk, well, that's fine. I can just come on over here and keep on talking. It actually kind of moves like a person holding a camera. I really like the way it looks. The RavenEye module connects directly to the gimbal. It just has a little slot that it kind of slides in underneath your camera on that same arm thing. And then it sends that feed to your phone where you can just swipe across on a subject and it'll track that subject. And because it's set up separately from the gimbal, it makes it a whole lot easier for you to be that subject, where before you had to reach around the thing to try to get yourself. But this way you can use any lens you want. If you have a super long lens, I'm all the way across the room. It's really easy to use. For me, this is gonna totally change the way that I can shoot the DIY stuff, because I have this whole warehouse that I can move around in, and if everything's working properly, the camera will just stay on me the whole time. Another good use for this technology is if you have a stationary subject that you want the camera to track, but maybe it's hard for you to like see the screen on the gimbal. If you want to hold it over your head, you can just walk and the camera will stay pinned on whatever you had it looking at. And the reason I'm making this video is that when you buy this gimbal, you have two choices. You'll see them listed as the DJI RSC 2 3-axis gimbal stabilizer for $499, or the DJI RSC 2 Pro Combo 3-axis gimbal stabilizer, and that's $739. And if you want to be able to use the active track feature, you do have to get the Pro Combo. You can get the RavenEye transmitter separately by itself, but stores don't carry it, and everywhere, at least at this time of filming, everywhere I've looked online, it's been sold out. So it wasn't initially clear when I saw all the promotional stuff from DJI and even the reviews that started to come out from the bigger YouTube guys. The active track is not built directly into the gimbal. You need this RavenEye transmitter, which only comes with the Pro Combo. The Pro Combo is a couple $100 more. Comes with a focus motor so you can use manual lenses. Comes with a set of metal feet instead of plastic ones. It comes with a mount for your phone so it can hang off the side of the gimbal, which is really great as a monitor, and also can control the RavenEye for active track. And then a bunch of other little bits and cords and mounts and things. The RavenEye transmitter is made specifically for the RS2 and the RSC2. It mounts directly to the gimbal and sits underneath your camera. You'll plug an HDMI cable from your camera to the RavenEye, and then a data cable from the RavenEye to your gimbal, and then another data cable from your gimbal back to your camera, allowing a perfect circle of data harmony throughout the whole system. If you do go with the cheaper option, the $499 option, what you're getting is basically just an upgraded version of the Ronin SC, which was already a really good gimbal, so the upgraded one is just an even better one with a little more refined features. I loved my Ronin SC, and the RSC2 just pretty much improves on any of the little things that were kind of annoying or cumbersome. On the Ronin SC, if you ever took your camera off for any reason, as you wanted to shoot around or whatever, when you put it back on, you have to redo like half of the balancing, the forward and back balancing, which you can get good at. It doesn't take a lot of time, but the new RSC2 just has this mount that just clicks in place. And you pretty much, if you use the same camera with it all the time, you'll set it up one time, you'll balance it once ever, and then if you pull your camera off and put it back on, it'll just click into place and you just tighten a knob and it's ready to go right away. So taking your camera off, using your camera, putting your camera back on the gimbal is like a a few seconds process. It's amazing. Another small but noticeable improvement is the little side mounts. So they used to just have a screw here. So if you wanted to attach a monitor, screw a thing on, and you got yourself a little side monitor. On the RSC2, they just made that system into more of like a slide on and tighten in place, and it's just quicker to do. It's just easier to do. And the other thing is that the payload for this was 2 kilograms, and it's gone up to 3 kilograms with the RSC2. However, one other thing that means though, since these came out, the Ronin SC, the original one, is still a super good gimbal. If you're not going to be using the active track thing, what this does mean with the new one coming out is that these online are about to get really super cheap because everyone's going to be selling them off to get their new gimbals. You don't need 2 of them. So depending on how you think you're going to be using this thing, maybe you just want to snap up like a $250 gimbal rather than paying $740 for the RSC2 Pro bundle. So really that's it for this video. I just wanted to get it out there that if you want to use active track with the new RSC2, you are going to want to go with the Pro combo. Costs a little more, but holy crap is it worth it if you ask me. I'm gonna make a more thorough comparison video between the two, and also I got the new Mavic Air 2 drone. So if you want to see those things, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. My name is Nicholas Johnson, this is the Space Warehouse, and I'm gonna let this camera put me out of frame.